Guys, this video is titled Grow a Garden is the final boss of Roblox games. Basically, we're cooked. No, I'm just kidding.
In the past decade, Roblox has become one of the biggest game platforms in the entire world. Many games have been made here, and few have seen incredible success. What happens when a Roblox game nails almost every single aspect perfectly? You get this.
Yup.
Grow a Garden has one of the craziest success stories in the history of gaming, not even just on Roblox, and it's not getting nearly as much attention as it should be. In Grow a Garden, you grow a garden. You plant seeds to grow crops, and these crops differ in value depending on their mutations and size. These factors can be changed or boosted by weather conditions, pets, and certain obtainable items. You sell these crops to fund the production of better crops with better mutations and increased sizes. You then take these crops and do whatever you want with them. Sell them, trade them, or use them to flex on other players. That is the entire game, and there
I will say, I think when we stream Grow a Garden, like, the number one thing that people want to join for is just literally just flex, like, the fruits they have on stream. Like, I feel like people they don't even like joining to actually, like, just play the game, like, on stream. They literally just want to show off the fruits they have. Like, that's literally what it is. Like, because the fruits are just so, like, crazy in this game. Like, they can't get so crazy.
There is no ending. The game is so bare bones, yet it's so popular, that entire internet cafes in the Philippines are jam-packed, full of people cheering for the latest update, alongside 11 million other people. What the hell is...
I will say also, I think a lot of the player base is in the Philippines. I don't know why, but it seems very popular over there. I don't know why.
Cheering for the latest update, alongside 11 million other people. What the hell is going on? Let's go back just a little bit. You have the original creator. They decided to make Grow a Garden, and they finished it in 3 days. The game released, and it actually took off a little bit. Very early on, it reached over 1,000 concurrent players. This is great for a game release, but it's not up there with the greats just yet. Someone very significant happened to notice this game. Madsen, or Jandel on Roblox, discovered this game and took...
Guys, do I look like Jandel? Because everybody, dude, whenever we play Grow a Garden, people just spam in the YouTube chat. They go, you look like Jandel. They go, yo, are you Jandel? Bootleg Jandel. It's kind of funny.
Jandel on Roblox discovered this game and took over management, with the owner retaining 50% of their game. Do Big Studios also came in and claimed a smaller percentage alongside Splitting Point. Why would they go all in on this game that had just released? The kinds of games that Jandel has a ton of experience with are very specific. They're clickable, engaging, and, according to his website, mind-tantalizing? Roblox games work very similarly to YouTube videos. A good way to guarantee success is to make them as clickable as possible and as engaging as possible. Jandel has been on Roblox for a while and knows how to spot a successful Roblox game before it explodes. I'm guessing that's exactly why he got his hands on Grow a Garden. Around April 10th, his studio released the first update, and the player count was already in the 5 digits. 10 days later, the game was at 6 digits. Within 3 weeks, Grow a Garden went from 1,000 players to over 300,000. Fast forward to May 17th. Grow a Garden is about to have its first breakthrough idea for updates. They released a new pet that you could only get while being in the game right before it updated. This sense of urgency was enough for 5 million people to get on. The previous player count record was utterly smashed by almost double. At this point, it was one of the most popular games, not just on Roblox, but in the entire world.
Dude, that I remember I saw a video of, I think it was like Queso or somebody was on Roblox, like, and they were on Roblox and they weren't playing Grow a Garden, but they had the game and like it was like in one of the recommended. It had 53,000 players on it. That was like 3 weeks ago. And then, bro, last week, 16.4 million it peaked at. Biggest game in the world. Like, that is insane to think about. I also think that, bro, like, the game is just so simple. And it's, like, so easy to just start and get into. That's why people love it so much, dude. And people on Twitter go, I don't understand why I have so many players. Why I have so many players. The game not good. And Call of Duty better, bro. It's like, I keep hating, man. Keep hating.
And then 1 week later, they decided that 5 million was child's play. 9 million people showed up to help break the world record for the most people doing the Monster Mash dance at once. And just when you thought it was all over, they broke the ceiling again. 11 million people hopped on for some busy bees. We're nearing world record numbers here, numbers that rival the peak of Fortnite. This is now one of the biggest games in the world, if not the biggest already. But why?
What was I saying? Dude, so this video was posted. I think this video came out before the last big update, like this past weekend. So, dude, this past weekend, it broke that record of Fortnite, which is insane to think about.
How? Here's what I think. Grow a Garden is a simulator at its core, and its quirks make it the best one. It all comes down to doing the same task over and over to get as much of something as possible. Historically, Roblox players eat this up, especially if it's done properly. In this case, it's the game's currency, shekels. But unlike most simulators, there isn't one main goal to follow. Instead of just increasing the amount of money you have, you can also make your garden as good as it can possibly be. The cool thing about this is that nobody's garden is the same. They may have the same plants, but the layout and sizes of the plants are almost always different. Pair this with the various different mutations and effects, and you get this sense of individuality that other simulators just can't give you. You actually feel like your garden is unique, like it's yours, unlike other simulators where you usually end up at the same point as everyone else. This game also feels oddly similar to Tycoons, but instead of making the same base as everyone else, you get to choose how it looks, and you get to choose what goes in it.
I will also say adding the cosmetics was probably the greatest thing they ever did, bro, because now you can just make your entire garden look completely unique, and it's like you can just add all this crazy stuff in it.
Your typical simulator is going to have this low poly, low detail, super bright, effect-filled aesthetic. This has been around for so long, and it's safe to say that people are aware of what kind of game they're playing the second they see it. Grow a Garden, on the other hand, is incredibly easy on the eyes. It uses your typical classic art style, and that's pretty hard to go wrong with. It's easy to distinguish everything, and it's just a breath of fresh air. It also works with the scale of your garden really well. Any other art style would have more detailed plants, and considering how your plants are bound to be super close together, it would look awful. In Grow a Garden, your garden never looks like a mess unless you really want it to.
Yeah, I think the simplicity of it also is just like very attractive for like people that have been on Roblox for a long time and also new players. Aren't they getting rid of the studs though? Aren't they doing away with the they're taking out the studs though, right? Like in Studio, I think I heard that somewhere. They're getting rid of like this like look, I guess you say, like the whole like stud look. Cuz it's kind of dated, but like I think for this game it works great.
Like a mess unless you really want it to. The weather events and basically every event in the game are synced across every server. Every player gets the exact same event and shop restock at the exact same time. Usually something like this would be tied to each player, but because it's tied to everyone equally, there's a sense of urgency felt across the entire player base at the exact same time. When a crazy item restocks, like the beanstalk, a bunch of people are going to get on to buy it. When a weather event happens, players hop on to reap the benefits, such as the mutations they have the chance of giving, and the rare seeds that become unobtainable later on. There's a reward track for giving special mutated fruit to an NPC, and the progress bar is almost always near full right after getting a reward. It makes the player want to come back for just one more round, since they usually happen every hour. Every simulator has pets whether you like it or not, and Grow a Garden has possibly the best implementation of them out of any simulator ever. At least from what I've seen. You hatch them from eggs like every other simulator, but it doesn't look like a loot box. You have to set them in your garden and then wait for them to hatch. This adds just a little bit of extra depth, and it feels way better and more natural than the average simulator loot box animation. Instead of your pets constantly following you around, they sit in your garden and provide very specific benefits. There's pets that are good for getting the most impressive fruits, hatching eggs faster, digging up rare seeds, and maybe digging up extra gear.
Yo, the mole is my favorite, bro. Every like 5 minutes, it's just mole dug up some shekels. Why did they use shekels, by the way, too? Like, why did the currency? Because isn't Jandel in like Australia? Why they use shekels? What country uses shekels? Like, where is that?
There's something specific that you want, there's probably a pet that can help you with that. Even the low-tier pets are somewhat useful, like the golden lab that can dig up any seed from the seed shop, including the most expensive ones. If you have a friend with you in your server, you get 10% more shekels when selling your fruits. You can fill a server with a bunch of people who are all friends with each other and make bank. One of the most important parts of Roblox is playing with your friends. You can check each other's gardens out, give suggestions, flex on each other, and even see who has the largest plant. The friend boost just adds another benefit on top of these. Filling your
Why is that? That's literally what we do on stream, bro. Dude, this is what we do on stream. Somebody comes up to me, they go, yo, follow me, and then they go, look at my garden, and then they have like an Avi or something. That's literally what happens in stream every day.
This just adds another benefit on top of these. Filling your server with friends can protect you from people trying to steal your fruits. If you so wish, you can walk up to anybody's garden and pay a set fee to steal any fruit that's there, no matter the value. When players get super rich, they don't want anyone stealing their prized possessions. Usually, games will make it very obvious as to where the microtransactions are. They'll label them in really big text or throw a bunch of effects around them. In this game, the Robux options aren't presented in plain sight like that. Instead, you can use it to purchase anything in the game that can also be bought with shekels. They're not screaming at you to use Robux, they're just giving you the option. The prices also aren't astronomically high. This makes it easier to spend money even though you may not think so right away. The game's items run on a per-player stock system, and oftentimes, they're out of stock. Items have a chance of restocking after a certain amount of time. For the most common items, which would be seeds and gear, it's every 5 minutes. As the items get better and better, the less likely they are to restock. Sometimes the rarest items will only restock once per day, and each day there's around 300 restocks. Even when they do restock, they only stay there until the shop restocks again 5 minutes later. So there's actually a real chance you could go days and days and days without getting anything. If you really want a good plant and you just can't manage to catch a restock, you can just buy it with Robux.
Dude, that was me with the freaking sugar apple, bro. Y'all kept trolling me saying it was available and it wasn't available, you meanie heads.
Buy it with Robux. There's also the limited time events. You can buy the limited items with Robux, or you can obtain them through free-to-play means. Unlike a specific other game, these items...
I was literally waiting for him to say something about fish, bro. I was literally waiting for that, bro. That's insane.
Unlike a specific other game, these items aren't completely unobtainable for free-to-play users. They're still much harder to get if you don't use Robux, but at least you have a chance. The way the Robux purchases are implemented works so well that they don't even need to have game passes. They could have them, but it's better for PR if they don't.
Yeah, I don't understand the game passes thing. So like what's the whole thing about like a certain game will have a game pass and it's like a bad look or something? Like I don't understand that. Isn't it the same thing as just pay to win with Robux? Like I feel like is it not the same thing? It's just that you're spending Robux on something else. I don't understand that.
A huge aspect of this game is flexing on other players with your super rare and valuable fruits. You can do this with harvested fruits and fruits that are still in your garden. This is kind of similar to Fish, the game that popularized items with mutations and weight values. It takes that and gets rid of all of the effort and negative aspects, like having to constantly roll for new mutations, and having to spend time in the game to find a specific fish. You can just catch the seed restock, and that's it. You don't even need to be in the game to catch one either, since everyone gets the same stock in every server. This allows people to live stream the stock constantly, and players tune into those to see if there's a rare seed in stock. Discord.
I was gonna say that's like the big dude. There are streams that they just stream the freaking. It's a video. It's a video recording or a video feed of just the shops, and that's it.
Servers with stock notifications are also super popular since you don't have to be directly watching a YouTube livestream. Many players decide to stay in the game and tend to their garden while also waiting for restocks at the exact same time, because it really is only 5 minutes. Before you know it, you've been waiting for over an hour. Grow a Garden's main gimmick is that your garden grows while you're not there. It grows offline. Anything
connectivity through Spectrum is vital. Provides us with reliable
that you have in your garden will make progress when you go to sleep or go to school. There's almost always going to be a ton of grown fruit ready for you to harvest no matter what. This makes players feel much better about coming back because it feels like they've done less work for more progress. Anything that makes the process faster, easier, and more simple will make players return. They always have a reason to come back, even if it's just for a few minutes. One last thing that I want to mention is that it's very easy to get started. It's mostly helped by the fact that you can steal from someone super rich by spending like 30 Robux, and you'll end up with enough shekels to do basically anything you want. There's also the generosity of other players. The people in this game, no matter what demographic they're in, are usually nice. Ask nicely and you will receive.
Yeah, dude, people literally just like, they just like give you, like, even, I mean, like, I know I'm a streamer, so they join, they're like, oh, like, I want to give you this, but it's like, dude, people will literally just give you stuff in this game. Like, even if you're just like playing the game, just hanging out, they're like, hey, can I have this? Sure.
The user base has been enjoying simulators for years now, and tycoons have been around for even longer. Both are excellent at roping you in and keeping you there for a really long time. Pair this with the ability to customize your base however you want, and not having to do any actual work for anything, you now have a recipe for massive success. This game is so incredibly simple that a 3-year-old child can fully understand it. The entirety of the game is contained within this tiny base plate, and you can just teleport to every important area. And somehow, people of all ages are addicted to it, including myself.
Here's the big question. I mean, dude, Every game has bots on it, whether you like it or not. But most games, it's overstated how many bots there are in the game.
Ever since this game got popular, accusations of botting have been rampant. The hard truth is that every popular Roblox game that has progression and stat increasing of some kind is going to have bots. There's people out there who just don't feel like grinding, so they go and purchase accounts off of black market websites. A lot of people just don't want to believe that Grow a Garden's milestones are real. There definitely are bots in the game, there's proof. But the reality of the whole thing is that Grow a Garden just hit all of the right marks. It did everything right, and now it's here. If the entire game was botted, it wouldn't just be Grow a Garden doing it. Roblox themselves came out to confirm that Grow a Garden was not reaching illegitimate numbers. The players are real, and Roblox literally spells out how Grow a Garden is doing it. Grow a Garden's global success is fueled by exceptional user retention, vibrant social interactions with friends driving play, and strong Robux engagement. It really is the perfect Roblox game, and that distinction is very necessary. To Roblox developers, Grow a Garden was a stroke of genius that they wish they had thought of. But to a normal person who doesn't indulge in simulators or games of that type, and even people who don't play Roblox at all, this game just isn't good. It's quite
Isn't that Charlie's friend? Yo, W.
literally just a mindless clicking game, if you can even call it a game at all. It hits all of your dopamine receptors, but it doesn't provide gameplay that challenges you or makes you think. You're doing a lot less than you think you are. The only reason Grow a Garden can work and become this popular is because the modern Roblox landscape is full of children who don't have attention spans anymore, and they need the most simple yet engaging games possible. When parents say that their kids are wasting their lives away with video games,
Classic picture right here, bro. If y'all know, man. Classic picture. GTA. This is an absolute cinema.
this is a situation where that actually applies, where it actually makes sense. This game will not benefit you in any way, shape, or form. A fighting game can help you develop better reaction time and dexterity, for example. But all Grow a Garden will do is give you a temporary dopamine high, and once that goes away, what do you have?
See, that's the thing too, dude. Like, it's that simple, bro, because so many kids that are young are playing the game. They're playing Roblox, and they want a simple game. Like, dude, if you gave the average, like, 7-year-old on Roblox, you said, hey, here's Elden Ring. You want to play it? They would get on it for 5 minutes and be like, I don't know what to do. This is too complicated. It's just too complicated. A game like Grow a Garden is just so simple. You click buttons. That's also a thing, though. It's not a great game to stream because there's just basically nothing happening in the game. It's a great game, but it really is only worth it to stream the events when like everybody is on it. Like for me at least, like when there's a big event, everybody's on it. It's super hype, and I think they're fun. I think it's a lot of fun to stream those. But normally, like streaming the game is like we hop on, I check some stuff, plant some stuff, sell, and then it's like we don't really do much else. It's kind of like it's time to hop off, do some obbies in the gardens from people in stream, and then hop off. What do you guys think? Is Grow a Garden a legit game or nah?